Level 1. The badge. You pass the exam on your third attempt. Nobody celebrates. Your mother folds her hands and says a quiet prayer. Your father doesn't look up from his tea. You don't care. You got in. Central Bureau of Investigation. The three letters that mean something in this country. Day 1, they hand you your ID card. You stare at it for a long time. You've spent 6 years preparing for this moment. You expected to feel powerful. You feel nothing. Not yet. Your first posting is in a gray building in a gray city. Fluorescent lights that flicker at 3 p.m. every single day. Files stacked from floor to ceiling. Your senior, a man with 22 years on the job and tired eyes, drops a stack of papers on your desk. Read. Don't ask questions. Just read. So you read. Corruption cases, land fraud, shell companies, politicians whose signatures appear on documents they've never touched. You feel something now. Rage. Pure, clean rage. This is why you joined. To fix this. You believe that completely. Level 2. The first compromise. 3 months in, you're good at your job. Better than good. You notice patterns other officers miss. You connect dots faster than the system was designed to connect them. Your senior notices you. He calls you into his cabin, closes the door, offers you tea. You drink it. He slides a folder across the desk. This case, the textile mill fraud. We're closing it. You blink. Sir, the evidence is circumstantial. It isn't. You both know it isn't. He looks at you for a long time. Then he says something you will remember for the rest of your career. You want to be right, or you want to move forward. You go home that night. You stare at the ceiling. You think about the 6 years, the coaching classes at 5 a.m., the mock tests, the rejection letters, the third attempt. The next morning, you sign the closure report. You tell yourself it's just one case. You tell yourself this is how the system works. You tell yourself you'll fight harder on the next one. You won't. Level 3. The phone call. 8 months in. A number you don't recognize calls you. You almost don't pick up. The voice on the other end is calm, controlled. The kind of calm that money buys. He doesn't introduce himself. He doesn't need to. I've been watching your work. You're sharp. You care. That's rare. You say nothing. There's a case coming to your desk next week. Property acquisition fraud in the Eastern Zone. I need you to understand, fully understand, the political context before you move forward. He pauses. A meeting, just coffee, no obligation. You should hang up. You don't hang up. You meet him at a hotel in the business district. He arrives in a white SUV with no plates visible. He orders the most expensive coffee on the menu without looking at the price. He speaks for 40 minutes about how the city works, about how development happens, about how good officers who understand context rise fast, about how good officers who don't disappear into districts nobody has heard of. He slides an envelope across the table. For your time. You leave it on the table when you walk out, but you walk out slowly, and he watches you walk. And he smiles because he knows you came. Level 4. The small thing. The case lands on your desk exactly when he said it would. You investigate thoroughly. You find violations, clear ones. You prepare your report. You're about to file it. Then you get a message. One line. Your senior in Lucknow is waiting for your recommendation letter. Your senior, the one who trained you, the one who has a daughter in class 10, the one whose pension is still pending. You sit with the report for 2 hours. You don't change the findings. You just restructure the timeline. Push one acquisition date back by 6 weeks. Technically, it falls outside the investigation window. Technically. You file it. Nothing explodes. No one calls. 3 days later, your senior's recommendation letter gets signed. You tell yourself you didn't do anything wrong, but you know exactly what you did. Level 5. The rise. 14 months in. You get a transfer. Better city. Bigger office. A team of your own. Your name starts appearing in internal memos as a high performer. Officers with 10 years more than you are calling you sir. The man from the hotel. You've spoken to him 6 more times now. You've started calling him first. You have a system. He tells you which threats to pull, which to leave alone. You don't close cases. You shape them. You redirect them. A corrupt contractor gets investigated, but only enough to scare him into compliance. A land acquisition scam gets exposed, but the name at the top of the chain is never reached. You are exceptional at your job. That's the terrifying part. You're genuinely good at this. You know the law better than anyone in the room. You use it like a weapon, precisely, selectively. The money starts coming differently now. Not envelopes, property documents, your name on a flat in a city where you've never lived, a fixed deposit that just appears. You don't ask questions. You've stopped asking questions.
Level 6. The moment you became them. There's a junior officer on your team, young, angry, reminds you of someone. He comes to you with a file. His hands are shaking slightly, the way yours used to shake. "Sir, I've been tracking this freight company. The data doesn't add up. I think there's a money laundering network running through the Eastern Corridor. If we move fast." You look at the file. You recognize the freight company. You've seen that name on a document, in your own records, connected to the same man in the white SUV. Everything slows down. You look at the junior officer. His eyes are bright, certain, believing. He believes in you. You think about what you were 20 months ago. Then you hear your own voice, calm, controlled, professional. "Good work. Leave this with me. I'll take it up the chain." He thanks you. He walks out. You close the file. You pick up your phone. You dial. The man picks up on the second ring. There's a situation, and just like that, you are no longer an investigator. You are the thing being investigated. You just don't know it yet. Level 7. The network. You're not alone. That's what you realize now. It was never just you and one man. There's a network. Officers in 3 states, judges who slow-walk hearings, auditors who miss the right lines, politicians who ask the right questions and the wrong ones at exactly the right time. You are one node, a valuable one, but a node. You attend a dinner, the first time they've ever called you to one. A farmhouse on the outskirts, no phones allowed past the gate. 12 people in the room. You recognize 4 of them from television. Nobody uses names. Nobody needs to. You are handed a list. Cases that need to move a certain way in the next quarter. You take the list. You fold it. You put it in your pocket. And you feel, for the first time in a long time, afraid. Not of getting caught, of how comfortable you are. Level 8. The crack. It starts small. A journalist publishes a piece. Nothing specific. Sources indicate a pattern of selective investigation in the Eastern Corridor property network. You read it twice, then 10 more times. You call the man. He doesn't pick up. First time he's ever missed your call. You look at your junior officer. He's quieter now, less eye contact. You notice he's been coming in early, leaving late. You check the access logs for the filing system. He's been pulling old case files, ones you restructured. You feel it before you can name it. The walls closing. You start going through your own records, the property documents, the fixed deposits, the timeline of decisions. And you see yourself, for the first time, really see yourself. Not as an officer who made compromises, as a system, a deliberate, functional, efficient system designed to protect the wrong people. You built this, case by case, decision by decision, signature by signature.
Level 9. The investigation. There's an inquiry, not on you. Not yet, on a contractor connected to the freight company. Routine, officially, but you know what routine means now. It's how they start. The inquiry is being led by a special team from headquarters. You don't recognize the officers. That means they're clean. That means someone, somewhere up the chain, authorized an actual investigation. You make calls. Nothing comes back. The man in the white SUV is unreachable. The network is silent. You're alone. You go back to the farmhouse. Once. The gate is locked. The property is listed under a new name. They've already started erasing, and they started with the people closest to the edges, people like you. Level 10. The file. The special team calls you in. Officially, you're a witness. Just procedural questions. Nothing serious. You walk into the room. 2 officers, young, calm. They offer you water. You don't take it. They open a folder, and you see it. Your signature. 17 times. On documents that shouldn't have been restructured. Cases that shouldn't have been closed. A timeline of decisions that, when laid out in sequence, tells a story. A very clear story. They don't accuse you. They don't need to. They simply turn pages and ask you to explain each one. You know how this works. You invented how this works. Silence. The kind of silence that fills a room when the answer is already known. One of them slides a photograph across the table. The farmhouse. Your car. Your official car. Parked outside. 3 months ago. You look at the photograph for a long time. You think about a gray building with flickering lights. A stack of files. A senior with tired eyes. A question you were asked early in your career. You want to be right or you want to move forward? You chose to move forward. Look where you moved.
Level 11, the villain in the mirror. You walk out of the interrogation room. The corridor feels different. The ID card on your lanyard feels heavy. You pass a junior officer in the hallway. He holds the door open for you, nods respectfully. Sir, you nod back. And for a second, just a second, you see yourself in him. The same certainty, the same fire, the same belief that the badge means something, that the law means something. That they, whoever they were, would never get to him. He has no idea. He has no idea that 6 months from now, someone exactly like you will call him into a cabin, close the door, offer him tea, and ask him one question. You want to be right or you want to move forward? And the worst part, the part that sits with you like a stone, is that somewhere, deep down, you know he'll probably choose the same thing you did because the system doesn't break people. It graduates them, one compromise at a time, one closed file at a time, one averted gaze at a time, until the investigator becomes the investigation, until the hunter becomes the case file, until the officer who joined to fix things becomes the reason nothing gets fixed. You sit in your car, you don't start the engine, you sit there, and for the first time in 2 years, you feel that clean, pure rage again, except this time, it's pointed inward.